What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and this is another episode of The Composition, and it is Friday, September 11th. And, this day, as you all know, September 11th, 2001. Remembering this day of the September 11th attacks and seeing how far we come, like, man, I was in the fucking 5th grade, right? Yeah, it's 2000 and yeah. That shit's crazy. It's crazy. So honoring as far as that time, those that we've lost. That same year, Jay-Z freaking dropped the Blueprint, which is crazy. Because we see these toppling of these two towers by, what? We don't know. For all my conspiracy theories out there, the fact of the matter is it was devastating and there was lives lost. So either way, it was jacked up. But you have, as far as this destruction, on the same day that Jay-Z drops an album called The Blueprint, which when you normally think about blueprints, you think about the construction of something, architects, different things like that. So crazy. And then we're here in 2020, 20. Wow. It's interesting. And I'm looking as far as through the track listing of this album: The Ruler's Back, Takeover, Izzo, HOVA, Girls, Jigga That Nigga, You Don't Know, Hola Hovito, Heart of the City, Ain't No Love, Never Change, Song Cry, All I Need, Renegade featuring Eminem, Blueprint, Mama Loves Me, Lyrical Exercise, Girls, Part 2. Man. Diving into that's going to be very, very interesting. Clocking in at 1 hour and 3 minutes. Man, it's very interesting. I wanted to name this something completely opposite of that, which is I got my first t-shirt sale on Teespring. Oh man, it's so cool because it was the shout out to whoever you are. I'm trying to go through Teespring. I don't know if you have that. I was searching for it, but seeing who purchased what, that way, I can be able to revert back and give them a thank you. Because sometimes people purchase stuff and you would never know, and so I want to be able to shout that person out. So thank you. It was the conquer your mind, conquer the day. And I was like, yo, thank you so much. So shout out to them. Y'all are amazing, freaking awesome, whoever you are. And man, today's just really dope. There's a lot of energy in the air. It's almost just like the reverberation of years ago, So it's very interesting. We're continuing on. I have been consistent with dropping a podcast a day. What I'm working on is being consistent to make sure to drop this on platforms so that way people know what's going down. Oh man, today though, I'm really inspired more by music. After this mushroom trip, it's almost like it freed me from whatever block that I was having when it came to writing and releasing music. Like, pretty much after that, I think I've written like 3 or 4 songs. So they've just been kind of pouring out, and I'm super grateful for that. A lot of what I'm looking into right now is converting the knowledge that I have with health and different things that we're going into the fall season, going into the winter. So kind of being able to prepare, I've heard that before, prepare for, the winter. I didn't take heed last year. This year I will be putting some shit away for the winter this time. This time, Mr. Compositions is not gonna be cold. Nope. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. So there's a couple of goals that I have set up. A couple of financial things I want to get taken care of, and then get my own place and save up to get a tiny home, or who knows, it can be gifted to me. You know, um, who knows? That's what's cool about this time. The main thing I want to do is, it's interesting as far as listening to the blueprint today, seeing as far as like things that are happening. I was having this conversation with several people yesterday, and I was just all like, these systems and the government and the police, they were literally their original creation and origin and root was literally against black people. Literally. Like, and so what does that do over time? Yes, what they may have turned into may have evolved, but it doesn't matter how much you clothe and change the clothes of a wolf, it's still a wolf. And what's going on is literally what they were created to do. And so it's like there needs to be a complete destruction, not defunding the police, destruction of the police. Create something new and call it something else. There's too much that's associated with that name, with those colors, with those badges. Like all of those are triggers, and there's no wonder why the system is disproportionately, more against black people, why the police are disproportionately killing more black people. And then circling behind this are other ethnicities of color. It's no wonder, but it happens to everybody. That's 100% right. But that's because it started with us, and that was not fixed. Like, so it's going to trickle to everything else. These things, we can't call it policemen anymore. We can't call it as far as the Constitution. All of it has to be destroyed. And what we're seeing is what we're seeing right now is in 2020 where we're currently at. There's some good things and there's some bad things, but this is all for display. All for display. All for display. But I don't say that as far as to like scare you. There's a lot of hope. The thing about being able to make changes is the fact that once you are aware, and you kind of have an inclination that, you just need to be putting that energy into something constructive. I look at Jay-Z dropped this album when he was Let's see. He dropped his first album when he was 27 and dropped albums every year after that, straight for 8 years. So 27, 28, 29, he dropped Hard Knock Life Volume 2. 30 was Volume 3. 31 was The Dynasty. So 32, he dropped the Blueprint 1. And I think that that's something that's very symbolic about that in many things. Right now I'm listening to the Blueprint, but I was listening to Hard Knock Life Volume 2, and he dropped that when he was my age, 29. So that to me is very cool. And then he dropped his first album when he was 27. He has 13 albums, and he dropped 8 consistently for 8 years, and then took a 2-year, 3-year break, and then boom, it was dropping them. So a lot to ponder, as you can see where my headspace is at, but it is focusing in on a lot more of the things that, for one, bring me joy, but also that is a blueprint. The music, like, what is the foundation, of what it is? What is the blueprint, and how are we getting things popping? So I hope you have an awesome Friday. This is gonna be a good day. So y'all stay safe. Make sure you got your face mask on. And make sure to check out my latest single, Lyft Us and Face Mask. Those are the 2 singles that I got out this year so far. Yeah, got some awesome stuff. Make sure check out the t-shirt selection. Thank you to whoever bought that t-shirt. You're awesome. And yeah, check out the store, dabtro.com/shop. See, I was going to say store, but I remembered from the last time. Shop. dabtro.com/shop. Yes, and my pancakes are on the way. Awesome. Yes, y'all have a good day. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. If you are on Anchor, make sure to leave a voicemail. We'll put you in the podcast. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, add it to your playlist. It is super appreciated, and it helps me. It helps the listens. And yeah, that you can support that way as well. That is just as helpful. So again, this is Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Peace.